It's like a little blue button up in the top right. I didn't see it. Okay, we're live.
Go live. P.S.
Welcome to
We're
Untaxed and
live.
Uncollected
Woo!
Quarantine Edition.
I still don't see it.
Give it like 30 seconds. Because it's on a delay. It's actually showing live for me.
I love the amount of times we've said, welcome back. This is probably the fifth time.
The good news is Graham is still not here.
The good news, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
the good
see
news
it now.
I'm going to ring him again.
Yes.
Okay, I'm exiting out of this.
It's up. Danny, thank you for your service.
Yeah,
You are a good and faithful soldier.
Oh, Graham's here finally.
Graham!
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
I haven't used Discord video on my phone.
Why are
Same.
you using Discord video on your phone? You said you were going to your computer.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Well,
Graham, you're
I'm
a
sitting
liar.
at my computer, but it was updating something, and I didn't open it yet. And then I accepted the call on my phone.
That's fair. You know what? Dedication. Okay, we're live right now, by the way, Graham. So we're getting
All right. Hello, everyone.
I'm gonna start the podcast off strong. This is the first podcast actually that we've had a video component to it. So yeah, everyone's looking like they're on quarantine, especially Ange. Angelo,
this is
Zen.
everything Angelo has ever wanted.
yeah, so into it right now.
Videos for the podcast.
Yeah, this is it.
Okay,
Yeah,
this week I'm
in queue to play a league, so should I just stream that?
do the podcast. We got 2 viewers right now, 2 concurrent viewers, so that's good. I'm gonna read the sponsor read, which I already read, but I need to read it again because I thought we were live and we weren't. This week's promotion is Handy Teen Services in Newmarket, offering professional lawn care, snow shoveling, pet care, dog walking, and Red Cross trained babysitting, which
Thank you,
I
Danny.
didn't know was a real thing. This month's promotion,
Okay,
if
so-
you have COVID-19, you have a below 1% chance that if you use promo code COVID-19, you don't have to pay for anything ever again. There you go. Look it up.
That's a good
Yeah.
man.
Figure it out. So thank you, Danny,
Do the
for
math.
sponsoring us in this season of our
In this troubling
podcast.
times.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
wait.
respect you.
I need IT advice. Should I just leave and call back, and you call back and I'll answer on my computer now that I'm in Discord, or can I just
I
join?
think if you look at the call, because you should have like a group message thing now near the top of your Discord on the left side, and you should be able to join in.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay, all right, I can do that. Give me 1 second.
Oh, he's getting after it. Now he is just going to be a
Come
green
on.
thing because he doesn't have a webcam.
Ah.
Yo, what team are you guys? Green, purple, red, blue?
What are you
Ogwa.
talking about? Blue. No, green.
The Grand Theft Auto Alien teams.
What?
What? How do I get assigned jungle? How?
Okay, aside from whatever Angelo's talking about, we've got some questions this week because we put out our weekly question thing. I posted it wrong the first time, and then I posted it right the second time, but before I could post it right, Mark Almaggio already responded to me. So he has asked,
Thank you, Mark.
and this is a question for everyone, so get ready, everyone. Who would win in a
Okay.
fight, a taco or a grilled cheese sandwich? And I said, good question.
Okay, now wait a
for
second.
Answers. And he said, okay, bet. I already know the answer, but give me your honest opinion. So Mark's
Now-
testing us here more than anything else.
I
I
know the
think-
answer.
This is. Do you want to hear the real answer? This is the textbook answer.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's like a boxing match, right? So like if it's a regulated fight,
Okay.
Yeah.
the grilled cheese sandwich, prison fight, it's the taco.
Okay, now
Prison fight.
prison rule.
Now it's a
Wow.
30-minute dodge timer?
I don't know what.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Ange, you just said something entirely meaningless.
I can't play League for half an hour because I dodged 2 lobbies in a
Well,
row.
don't do that then, dude.
That's the biggest regret. biggest
Well,
regret.
why'd they put me jungle? I don't know how to
Okay,
jungle.
anyways, Angelo, is your opinion the same as Graham's? Taco wins in a prison
What's
fight?
the argument?
What's the argument?
What's
The
guy.
question is, who
What are
would
we
win in a
talking
Today's
fight?
about?
Who would
argument.
win in a fight, a taco or a grilled cheese sandwich?
In a fight? What kind of fight?
Just a fight.
A
Fist.
fight, dude.
Like, you hit people,
What kind?
and it counts as a
Emotional fight.
Like,
Words.
is weapons allowed?
fight.
Well,
What's your
depends.
definition?
My answer was in like a fight.
Grilled cheese is like an all-American, just like a Republican American who like owns guns.
Disclaimer: Angela's about to say something
Yeah,
incredibly.
He's about to offend somebody.
And Taco is like a Hispanic person,
Good, good.
bandana on.
yeah.
So like I don't know. It really depends on like whose
The
neighborhood.
Hispanic or the
it is.
Republican?
Like if the Republican's in the Hispanic neighborhood, you better watch out because even if he beats one Hispanic, which he probably would, because
There's
They're really
even a
not
way we
that
can
strong.
Edit this out. We're live.
they're not typically that strong, but they always have their boys around. So
They do have the boys.
you kill one Hispanic and 5 more come out
Yeah,
the
they
ground.
do call them the hydras of, like, races, I guess.
That they do.
Don't really
Yeah,
know what
that
I'm going
they
to
do.
say about that one. I'm just glad that we're doing
No.
video as well because you can clearly see that I was shaking my head no the entire time Angela was talking.
It was, yeah. That was hard to listen to be honest. Really hard to listen to.
Okay, we've got a ton of questions this week, actually. A lot
Wow.
of people said, like, compared to usual, we got a lot of responses back. DJ.delish on Instagram has asked us, what will you do when this virus is over?
And I want to address this quick. Thanks.
I'll bring up a new virus.
Oh no, I was gonna. Oh,
Okay.
wave 2, baby.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah,
Let's do it all again. Yeah.
I'll be the creator.
Ground Zero, Dr. Greg. And except this time, it's a computer virus that he's
All right.
created.
Yeah,
That makes
it's
sense.
it's a literal virus on your computer.
Yeah. But you have to open up an email that says you've won a free iPhone.
A free, yeah,
So if you do that, then you get the virus.
you got it.
But I will say DJ's asking the big questions now, like the real
That's
ones.
true, yeah.
Yeah,
Right? Like
thanks, DJ.
it's like existential questions. Oh,
Oh, Megan just
someone's
disappeared.
video. Oh, okay. I don't know if
Whoopsie
she's,
daisies.
oh no, she's still here. Okay.
I'm back.
After the virus is over, back to normal life, I guess.
What's normal?
I'm definitely, yeah, the new normal. Whoa.
Ooh, I hate when people say that.
Yeah.
Let's adjust to the new normal. How about
No
no?
shaking people's hands. Or
Yeah.
sneezing in their
You know, I
faces
will-
anymore.
DJ, I don't know a lot, but I will tell you this: you will see a lot fewer challenges on Instagram stories. So that's one positive.
That's true, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what? All respect to that. Yeah.
yeah. There have been a
Wow.
lot of challenges that have come out of the closet during this.
Graham being one of them.
During Rona season. One has been the first photo challenge, which wasn't too bad, I guess. Then there was
Classic.
the one I didn't like. Okay, most hated one. Someone posts a stupid photo, you like it. They're like, "You've liked my photo. You have 24 hours," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "No,
No.
you have 24 hours to post," and I cut them off right there. And I'm okay. This is literally what happened. One of my friends posted a photo,
Yeah.
and it said "until tomorrow," and I was like, "That's
Oh,
kind of
I liked that one. That was funny.
right." I liked it. He DM'd me that night, and he's like, "Oh, you liked my photo. You have 24 hours to post an annoying thing." I was like,
Not gonna
I,
do
li-
You
I,
block
said,
them.
I
Block your
said
friends.
back. I was like, "Oh, it was a trap," and he's like, "Yeah," and I said, "I unliked it."
Take that, idiot.
Oh, I unliked it, so I played the Uno reverse
Wow.
card.
Oh wow,
No,
Make it
you.
like
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Megan, what are you gonna do when this virus is over?
What am I gonna do? Is I'm probably going to. I'm probably gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go into a hospital.
Oh,
Good answer, I
And
guess.
I'm just gonna.
just to see
I'm
what
gonna
happens.
I'm gonna sit on like
Santa's
I'm gonna
lap.
do pranks in the hospital. So when I get in the hospital, I'm gonna like prank the patient
That's
and be like,
not a good idea.
"You can go home now," and I'll pull
You've
the
been
IV out of their arm.
You've been
run in,
tomahawked.
yeah, and throw a
Hilarious.
tomahawk at someone.
Exactly.
You've been tomahawked. That's my new show, Tomahawk.
It's
Yeah,
a great
I'm gonna start a
show.
prank show in the hospital. You wanna know what I want to actually mention is there is so many companies that are being like, they'll give away food. Like today, apparently, some restaurant gave food to all the workers in the hospital. Like,
Oh.
that's amazing.
Okay, now that is amazing, but I will say this from like a marketing PR
Yeah.
standpoint,
Good.
literally no better time to do something like that than right now.
Yes.
Like I even saw today that like Razer, the gaming, like the computer company, I guess, literally created masks and donated them. I was like, man, what is Razer doing?
Yeah.
Like manufacturing masks.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not bad. It's just like the companies
They're
aren't doing it
capitalizing.
fully like altruistically.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
they are thinking like, oh, make sure you let them know that, you know, whatever it was, like I don't know, some grocery store donated a bunch of money
Yeah.
or a bunch of free food to like food banks.
All these
But
good
nevertheless, it is a good thing though. So
people. Shout out.
big ups the whole island.
Big up.
We ups you.
Yeah,
we
big
up
ups.
you.
We UPS you. What will I do when this virus is over? Angela, wait, are you listening?
Yeah.
What will you do when this virus is over?
Probably hang out with Ashley.
Beautiful
Yeah, that's a
answer.
good answer.
Graham, you failed to mention Ashley in your answer, so probably
Well,
gonna
I
hear
think we all
about
know
that
why
a
that
little bit
is.
later.
It's because he's not going to hang out with Ashley.
Boom!
Well, I mean, I guess that will obviously happen, but
Didn't think it bared or need to be said.
Didn't think a
Didn't
bear.
think it
oh,
bared.
my cats are fighting. Take it easy, kids.
Okay.
I'm not a child.
I will
Well,
probably start
I
a
am.
band.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
name it
gosh.
Sergeant Pepper's Spicy Boys.
Respect.
And it's just gonna be me on a eucalyptus.
What instrument will you play?
On a eucalyptus.
So
Um,
Just Anthony.
take it or leave
Wow, that
it.
was
I just
good.
realized I still have this stupid
I'm
apple
leaving it.
from youth.
Eat
And
it.
I'm not gonna eat it because it's not washed.
eat it on
I'm
stream
not gonna. It still has a sticker on
Ah.
it.
for the fans. Do it
There's
for the
no,
fans.
no one
Eat the
is. I
sticker.
don't know if anyone's watching. It says 2 concurrent viewers here, but I'm not positive if that's live or not. Honestly,
Okay.
if you're live, write
The
something
other
in
day-
chat. Okay.
The other day I was on Anchor
Okay.
and I was typing in Untaxed, Uncollected to look up if there's any new podcasts. Mark the Shark has a knockoff Untaxed, Uncollected podcast on Anchor.
Really? Wait, what?
What?
Not joking you. Go to Anchor and type in Untaxed, Uncollected.
I don't think I can sign in. I don't have the password saved on this computer, unfortunately.
You just type it in anywhere. It's called on Anchor. It's called Untaxed and Uncollected, Mark's version, and it says Spicy Mark the Shark, Untaxed and Uncollected.
Whoa.
And there's one podcast called the History Podcast, and it's 4 minutes long.
Man, that's pretty sick though. He's spreading the good news.
So yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
really
a good
trying to spread
word
it.
of
Yeah.
And I
pan.
listened to it, and it was pretty funny.
Here's what I'll say though. You owe us marketing or whatever charges, but also
Royalties.
You owe us
Yeah,
money.
Oh, wait, is there a way we could add someone into this call? Because I feel like we could do like a guest thing because we're all online right now.
we could add them
Ooh.
if we're friends with them on Discord.
Well,
Okay.
it's on Phil.
So it's not easy.
Who? Oh,
I'm hitting
Phil.
add, and I'm typing in a random name.
No. I was gonna say we could try and get Mark the Shark on. That was my.
Yeah, you
Oh.
have to be friends with
You gotta-
whoever you're trying to add. So I could like add Beamer and he wouldn't listen.
No.
He would happily ignore.
Someone named Michael underscore Goldfish. or Newbie Da
Yep,
Great.
add them.
Wait, Ange, have you listened to Crystalia's new podcast this week?
Yeah.
Did you hear when he referenced the name Simon?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say
Talking smack.
Yeah, but I figured Simon listens to it. I think so. He probably
Yeah,
heard.
he definitely has listened to it. I don't know if he like listens all the time.
It was pretty funny, honestly. He kept on saying Kim Jong Un's name wrong.
Yeah.
Respect
Was he
to
saying,
him.
like, un?
Wow.
Well, no, he was just saying like King Jong Un, Kim.
King
That's
Jong.
funny, though. You gotta go for the comedy factor if you're talking about him.
But I think at the beginning he said it wrong like 3 times in a row, and then just kind of ran with it and said something like super long. He's like the illest rapper, King Jong Il, and then just said a bunch of other words behind it.
Go King.
But okay, what does everyone think about that? Actually, Kim Jong Un.
Kim Jong Un.
Is he
Love the guy.
actually dead?
I don't know. That's what people are
Yeah,
saying.
people are saying
Some
that
people.
the surgeons killed him or something.
Yeah,
He's
or
dead?
at least like he died from some kind of complication. But
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
if
know.
he's dead,
That much-
best case. If he's not dead, then whatever.
Best case still.
Didn't really affect me to begin with, I guess.
yeah, I guess not really.
Wow, Kim. Okay, I want to share something funny. The other day at our dinner table, this is where the funniest conversations happen. But my sister literally looked me in the eyes and said, I want to say something, but I'm not sure if it's racist.
Good.
My 11-year-old sister. I want to say something, but I'm not sure. She did say it, and it was in fact
Well,
racist.
the more you know.
So
She'll never know
it
unless
was
you try.
great. Exactly. So we taught her, and all's well.
Amen.
Change avatar.
Okay, I've got more
Whoa.
questions still for the podcast.
All right. Hit me with the
Papa.
other one.
Kira
I'm-
McBee on Instagram writes, favorite work story ever with a winky face.
Oh,
Winky
Winky
face.
face.
Oh
Now,
my.
a winky face,
Kira,
like,
please.
does that make it sarcastic? Like favorite work
I think
story
it makes
ever?
it that she's
Wink?
flirting.
Yeah, I think she's
Oh.
flirting with
Unfortunately.
the owner of the podcast
With Graham.
account, which would be Megan Gregg.
Nope, not me. Literally not me.
Figure
Um, Favorite work story ever.
Face. Don't forget the winky face.
yeah, winky face.
Yeah. Oh, also, I do want to reference the reason I don't have my webcam on is because my desktop does not have a webcam, and I don't have my
Ooh.
laptop currently because I gave it to Ashley so we could play Tabletop Simulator.
Ooh.
Classic.
So I don't have a webcam.
You're
But
brave.
what I would say, best work, I don't know. Like most of my work stories aren't that good. Oh, okay. I will say this. Okay, last summer I worked as an instructor at a golf camp, and
Nice.
some of the days were pretty hot. Right, it was summertime.
Okay.
And there was this one kid. I feel like I can say his first name.
Pig.
I don't know his last
Do it.
name, but his name
Drag him and his whole family.
his name was Addison, and apparently
His name?
his name was Addison.
Yeah, not a great man's name.
Well, and apparently he's been at camp, like he's like a returning camper. So that was my first year last year. So I'd never, interacted with this kid before, but he had been at camp the previous 2 years. And I guess he's cried at some point during each
Baby.
week of camp.
Man.
So this one day was really hot. And they're like, oh, Addison always cries on the hot days because he gets too tired. And he says we don't
Aw.
give him enough water. So
He's blaming you guys for not feeding him
So
and giving him water.
one of the instructors was like, over under if he cries today before like we leave, right? And then throughout the day, we just like he'd be kind of walking around like, Addison, do you feel like you're gonna cry? And he'd be like, yeah, but maybe later.
Oh my gosh! Do you feel you're gonna cry, baby?
Man, what?
And then there was some time where he was kind of like, I'm getting kind of hot. Like, did you drink enough water? He's like, yeah, but I think you need to call my dad. And he's like, well, I mean, we did call your dad and he said you were fine. He's like, you got to come pick me up. We're like, Addison, you're 13. Don't cry.
Yeah.
Grow up, baby.
So that was a pretty good day because it was, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, will he
Yeah.
cry? Will he not
Yeah.
cry?
That's
They
amazing.
flew by because
Did he cry in the end?
he didn't actually cry.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, I would have
So he
been
really
mad because I
overcame
paid
it.
for that ticket and he didn't cry.
Well,
Yeah.
on the really hot days, if we were able to, we had the grounds crew turn on a few of the sprinklers for the greens because they're like misting ones, and we let the kids run through
And then
them.
you guys would run through them and
Oh.
giggle a lot.
Yeah. And giggle and skip and
Yeah.
joy and
And
throw
put
flowers
Crazy
at each
Daisy
other.
on it.
No, so he almost cried because his socks got wet, but
That's horrible. That's the worst thing
he
ever.
didn't cry
His
that.
socks got wet.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'd actually cry too if my socks got wet. That's the worst feeling.
Well, because we're
Come
like,
on.
hey, everyone take your socks and shoes off because they're running on grass. We're like, make sure they're far enough away so they don't get hit by the sprinkler.
He put them right on the sprinkler.
Well, you put them too close and they got wet. And it's like, socks are wet. We're like, hey, you're going home in like 10 minutes. Just
Suck it up,
Your shoes on with-
Buttercup.
yeah.
Suck it up, Addison.
All right, that's the day.
Okay, Megan,
Wow.
what was it? Favorite work story ever, Winky Face?
My favorite work story literally just happened the other day, where a girl came into Bulk Barn, and she was asking for something, and I told her that we didn't have it, and she looked me dead in the eyes with a straight face and told me that I unmade her day, and then she walked out of the store. And I was like, that was the weirdest thing. It was so funny, but it was also just the worst thing ever. That's my work story.
Inge, favorite work story ever, Winky Face?
That's a good question. Maybe the time Nick Martino punched me in the face.
Oh my
Favorite
gosh.
work story. That makes sense.
That was a good one.
Okay.
It was a classic story.
So, I mean, the immediate follow-up question is, why did
Yeah.
he punch you in the face?
What happened?
I think he told me to go get something, like materials or whatever. He's my foreman. And then I said something back, like we were in a room with like two other guys, and we were all just kind of chatting, and then he was like, go get this, and I said something. I don't remember what I said, and then he just punched me right in the face.
Did you sue him?
No, I didn't do it. I said you punch like a girl, and then I went and got the thing for him.
Really?
Well, it's a tale as old as time. I guess. I don't know, man. That is, you lead an odd life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angelo lives an odd one, I guess. I will say this. After the age of probably 13 or 14, I have not been punched in the face.
Wow.
You're missing out.
Yeah, apparently. All I have to do is get me a Nick Martino.
Yeah. Is that like a new drink?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like Nick Martini, but not. It's a knockoff.
Nick
Shaken, not
Martini.
stirred.
Okay, favorite work story ever, Winky Face, for me. I mean, when I worked at KFC, they let me bring home like a lot of food a lot of the time.
Yes.
So just one of those
Give me
times,
Christmas.
probably. Like, I don't know the specifics, but definitely at some point there, that would have been my favorite work story, I'm sure.
Thank you, KFC.
Okay, we got a really existential question here. Left Bench Articles has sent in a question, and it just says, why? And I'm going to answer this one first.
Sure,
With,
yeah.
A call out a little bit. Left Bench Articles, why not? Why not?
Fight.
Anyone else got any answers?
Yeah.
I honestly just think it's disrespectful more than
Fair.
anything. The question itself.
What did we ask specifically? I didn't read that part.
My thing said, Untaxed and
give us your
Uncollected
questions.
live on YouTube tonight. Give us your questions.
And he
they
said
just said
why.
why?
That's an attack.
You know what an answer is? An answer is because we asked.
Boom.
There you go. Because I
That's
said
literally
so.
why.
That's Graham being your father.
Yeah.
Hop on now. Person's username was.
Yeah, take that. Hater.
Take it.
So.
Take it and run.
Okay, we got 2 more questions here. We're gonna blaze through them. Alexis Thompson. Alexis P. Thompson.
Alexis. Thank you. Thank you.
Wrote in a reply that says literally nothing. It's just blank. Anyone have anything to say?
You
about
are
that?
literally a waste of
Alrighty.
time. Thank you.
Graham, anything to add?
The blank one, I feel like it's just a waste of our time.
Yeah. Do you even know what we
have,
do?
Very valuable.
Come on.
Don't waste your time.
That's a hate
Don't
crime.
waste it. How dare you? Okay.
Don't.
Megan, just by the way, your video turned off again.
What?
I think you probably switched out of the app and it turned off.
There we go.
Okay, last comment here from Student of Success Podcast on Instagram.
Whoa.
And they write, you should definitely follow and message at Thomas Mason. He's a pro in Instagram growth.
Message him.
So I'm going to message him back. Anyone have any opinions on that one? I'll write everything that you guys say in here.
Okay. Right.
Wait, you're cutting out, Megan.
Tom?
Your mic's not right for some reason. I can't hear you. It seems like your mic switched to something else. Oh, now I can hear you.
You can?
Where was Ashley all day?
Ashley, our sister? She's back at work.
What?
Yeah,
Where?
The maid's cottage.
The maid's cottage.
Huh.
She was working till right now? She just got home.
I don't know where she was. Called out.
She was out bombing the streets of Newmarket.
There you go. Hot take. Straight from the horse's
Okay,
mouth.
this is what I want you to
I'm
say.
ready.
Back. Start typing. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom. His name's not Tom.
Call you Tom? Can I call you Tom?
May I call you Tom?
Call you Tom. I would love any advice you have to give in growth. JK, it's April Fool's Day. Get a life.
Wow.
I'm going to write JK Rowling because I think it's more fun.
Yeah, JK Rowling. That's good, yeah.
JK Rowling what?
JK.
Get a life.
Get a
Thanks.
life. With a Y.
And then someone else can add some. Yeah.
XOXO Gossip Girl.
So XO.
Yep, definitely close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gossip Girl.
With like a kissy face emoji.
Kissy. Oh, yeah. Okay, I replied. So,
So come at us,
yeah.
Tom.
Hey,
Come at us.
sup?
We want to
I
fight
like
you.
the video format because I can spike the camera.
Yeah. Come
Who do you
on.
think you are?
Yeah, you can nod at him in real time. Honestly, not much. Like I kind of stopped listening to like my news podcasts and stuff just because they were literally covering the same thing every day.
It's all been just
Amen.
corrupt.
Which isn't bad or whatever. I don't really know, like not too much is going on. They haven't really been covering that much stuff. But I will say this. What has been everyone's favorite coronavirus meme?
Ooh.
Meme?
The toilet paper
meme,
ones
that's
near the beginning were real funny.
Yeah, like the toilet paper meme. I'm a big fan of the coffin one, the guy's dancing at the coffin.
For Kim Jong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's the best.
nice.
Yeah. Well, specifically with Kim Jong Un.
Oh yeah,
but,
it just
the
started
coffin
during
dancing one.
Corona, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like not like about coronavirus, but like during coronavirus.
That is a good one.
I don't think I have a favorite meme. I'm not much of a meme girl, I must say.
She's more of a mean
Not
girl.
a meme girl.
Yeah.
I am a meme girl, not a meme girl.
Mean girl.
Yeah. Address me correctly or don't address me at all.
Okay.
My
You heard it
saying.
here first.
Guys, do you want to see my toenail? It is literally coming off.
Ew.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not
Like, I
joking.
don't
How do I
wanna
turn
see
this
that.
around?
Okay, wait.
How do I turn my
Content advisory. If you
Wait,
don't
I
want
don't know how
to
to
see
turn my
this,
camera around.
then just
Okay, hold on.
don't look right now.
Can you see it?
No.
The
Hold
camera
on.
kind of turns
I
when
don't
you
know how
move
to-
your phone, or when you move your phone.
Okay, do you see this?
Goodness gracious. Yep. Yeah, it's there.
Wait, what did
It's a
what did
point.
Noah? Remember when I don't know if it was Megan. Did Megan post a picture of your feet with the weird filter?
Oh
with them all
yeah, and
red?
you wrote
Yes,
something
yes.
I was like, I will give you my entire estate for those leg hands or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what was
let me-
the- I'm gonna find it. That was so funny.
Noah Gibbs. What did he say?
What a good.
I can't find any conversation history with Noah. No.
Said,
I
I'll
don't
give
think it's
you
a
my
conversation,
entire
I think it's a
estate for those
comment.
leg hands.
Yeah. What a good
Yeah,
comment.
Noah, we respect you
Comment.
here.
Yeah.
I'm liking that. Oh, I already liked it.
I'm sure. I think we definitely
What a
already
good
liked it.
one.
It's a great.
That is a
thing.
terrifying photo.
Oh, Angelo turned off
It
his
honestly is
webcam
so
as well.
scary.
Now it's just me.
Like I
You
said,
can
I
do
would.
this.
For those leg hands. What a good one.
All right.
Yeah, that is a really good one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even really remember how we did things on the podcast because it's been so long.
Honestly, no.
It has
clue.
been a long time, and honestly, at the beginning of Rona season, I thought it would be like not easier. Honestly thought it'd be easier to schedule like when to do a podcast because
Yeah.
I guess not everyone had extra time, but some people had extra time, and other people, like if Anthony was working, then he would still be home in the evenings when he would normally be home, right? But it's honestly like difficult to schedule things just because you can't always get together, and people get busy doing like just their different things.
I
And
feel like I'm somehow busier. Yeah.
Well, Anthony was extra busy at work, and then I had like school at the first couple weeks of like the beginning of the coronavirus, where they kind of just stopped school for like a week, and then they did online school, so I had to finish up all that, and that was super weird. It's been tough to plan things out, but
crazy time.
Well, I mean, it was weird, the timing in general, because like, well, I don't know, for me, I don't know, I guess, yeah, just to start out with my work, for me, we were coming off of a week where my boss was out because he was on vacation, so it was like, okay, things were really busy that week, whatever, we're gonna get past it and I would like just move on. But that week kind of sucked. And then my boss came back the week before quarantines really started like coming up or whatever, like before it really started becoming a thing. And like I was kind of just putting the bug in his ear because I had heard stuff around like, hey, listen, we might have to be like sending people home. I don't know if you're going to be allowed to stay around here, whatever, but like, and not that my boss wasn't taking it seriously. I think that a lot of people weren't taking it seriously at that point because it really wasn't like a thing at that point.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was just like, okay, we're not going to host sporting events.
Yeah.
We're not going to go to school.
Yeah.
But people like, we're not going to go into work, but like they hadn't closed parks. They hadn't like
the kind of sudden closures and everything came and went
like
a lot quicker than people were expecting. And I could.
Well, and there were even those times like before they did like church was they're like, okay, we're not going to do church, but you can still come to this last service if you want to. Like I went to that last service at Cedar View, and
forgets the name Cedar.
Well, okay, this is the thing. There's an old age home in Keswick called Cedar Vale, and sometimes I get them mixed up when I'm talking. But it's Cedar View is the church. But anyways, and there was like maybe like 200 people in the service. So usually there's like 1,000 or something.
Like
or
significantly less.
Well, at least like 600 or 700. So there's like 200 in the last service, but people still were like at church, and then also still like kind of getting together, I guess, just not like super formally. And then they like closed the parks, and then they even
what was like the last event that we did as like a group before coronavirus started? Like, was it Matt Ram's birthday?
I was just thinking about that. What was the last thing that we actually did
Matt
together?
Ram's birthday was one of the last things that we did as like a big group.
I didn't even go to that. I was in Florida, so I wasn't even with you guys.
If you
for
were
the
in
full
Florida during
week
that, then that was probably the last big event that we did because you came back and.
No, I was not in Florida during Matt Ram's birthday party. I had to work.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So it was
Ashley
before I
worked
went to
as well.
Florida. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Well, I remember like they were closing everything and they'd already canceled school, and I like was supposed to work, and I was driving down to see Ash just before I went to work, and I called the mall and I like my boss and I was like, hey, like I see that they're closing everything. Like, do you still want me to come in? Like, I don't know if people are going to be there. He's like, oh no, yeah, come on in. So I was like, okay. So I just so I went to work. I think that was like maybe a Monday or a Tuesday. And then I think that was a Monday, and I was supposed to work on the Wednesday and then also the Friday that week, and then I didn't end up working. They canceled my shift on Wednesday, but we're like, still coming Friday. We're just reducing hours, and then on Friday they closed this. Like before Friday, they closed the store.
Yeah, the
Well, I feel like our last
that this thing.
Yeah, I feel like our last real big hangout, last big hurrah was like literally when we went on the young adults retreat. That was literally like a week before all this started happening.
When was
like
the young adults retreat? Was in February.
That was but it was the last weekend, and I remember I left for Florida a week after that.
Man.
And then things started picking up from there. So I feel like that was like the last really big thing, and then I feel like maybe we had like a movie night some point during that week. But like I can't even remember the last time I hung out with people.
What was the movie that we went to see? The last movie we went to see at theaters.
Oh, was it? I didn't go, but I think you guys went to see Into the Unknown.
Oh, no. What's that movie called?
That movie.
Frozen?
No, the animated one.
What was it called?
Onward.
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 Yeah,
that was such
Onward.
a good movie.
Yeah.
I forgot that movie even happened.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good
Coronavirus screwed with my mind. I can't remember stuff that happened. That was literally like what, 2 months ago?
Months ago. Yeah.
It was like a month. Not even.
It was
2
March.
months ago.
You guys went on March 8th.
Oh my goodness.
Went for Florida the Tuesday.
It feels like so long ago, man. Like I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Corona, you're killing us.
So.
Season, and then we also had that night where we went to
the grocery store. I remember.
Oh yeah, Rona season.
Yeah.
I put on my unicorn onesie.
Your unicorn onesie.
And Angela was wearing his robe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's we weren't really taking
times.
it seriously when it was just like, oh yeah, it's Rona season.
Browsing.
And granted,
whatever.
it still is Rona
I mean, it still is Rona season.
You can't
We're in
deny
it.
what it is.
No. It is what it is.
It what it is. Yeah.
It what it
and
is.
then, like at my workplace, after that, my boss got taken. Like he wasn't allowed to come back in because he had been on vacation, and they like implemented a rule after the fact that should have been in place before that, but they just didn't care or whatever. So they made him leave. They were like, "You can't come in for like the next week and a half or whatever." And it was like, "Okay, well, great." So we're already behind on everything.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna send my boss home, which means you can just be more busy for me, right? But whatever, it was fine, and we continued on. And then they started coming to me, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna start sending people home." And I'm trying to figure out the logistics of that because everyone in our workplace basically has a desktop, and we have maybe 30 people have laptops, and then we had another 5 or 6 besides that. So it was like, I don't think we're going to be able to get everyone out of here. And we ended up having to send everyone home with their desktop computers. Like, yeah.
What?
It was like, okay, pick up your desktop, bring it to... So I had to set up in the meeting room beside our office, I set up 4 stations plugged into a TELUS network hub. So we could do some testing of how they're going to connect at home because they have to use the VPN and try it out before they leave. So I set up 4 monitors, 4 keyboards, 4 mice. Didn't put any computers because they're bringing their own computers up to the office. And then we just told people when you're able to, when you know what you're doing, because your departments have to kind of figure it out who's leaving, who's not, and what's going on. Bring your computers up to this room, set it down. I got everyone to try and plug in everything themselves because I didn't want them all calling me trying to get me to come to their houses to hook stuff up because if it's Corona season, I'm not going to go to your house, obviously. So set up everything. And there's only one place everything can possibly plug into, so you'll figure it out eventually. And then yeah, that entire process. I think I had like 20 people come through our office, in like between 10 and 4:30 one day, and I realistically it was between 10 and 5 because I stayed late that day. It was just like nuts. It was awful. And then there was a certain point later on when they implemented this checklist thing that we had to do when we went into work, where it was like, okay, self assessment, whatever, make sure that you don't have coronavirus. That's a good thing. Good idea. It started out with like a lot of the rules from the Ontario website, but not the one where it's like two or more of the following symptoms, and the following symptoms are like general stuff like, oh, a headache, a runny nose, I don't know what else, cough or sore throat or whatever, and then a few other things. And I was like, man, like my allergies are killing me, but it is just allergies, I'm fairly sure. But they weren't having any of it, so I got sent home for 2 weeks. Not a bad thing. Like,
No.
in all honesty, my job I'm fairly capable of doing from home, and it was nice to kind of be able to demonstrate that. But yeah, I don't know. So to some extent, Corona, like this whole thing, not that it's a good thing or anything like that, but it's been good in the way that it's shown people that like, this kind of stuff is possible. We had a call this morning with like our department at work, and it was like, what's your silver lining from this whole situation? For me, it was like, man, like I'm able to, open up a window right beside me and get some fresh air while I'm working. I'm able to, have some natural light, like that kind of stuff. Because at work, I'm like sitting in a dark corner with filtered air. It's too hot or too cold all the time. Like, and meanwhile, like at home, I'm able to do everything, if not more, in full control.
Yeah, and also like like it's nice just being in your own home, like going downstairs, grabbing some water, going back up to your desk, like
Yeah.
things to break the day up and all that. Like on your lunch, you're in your house, like you don't have to just drive somewhere and eat food. Like you can just go downstairs,
Yes.
sit on like in your living room or at your kitchen, just make food in your home, like not have to drive, because I know you eat out,
Oh, I
right?
eat,
If
yeah,
you're at
like
work.
all the time. I eat fast food. So yeah, it's been really good to like give me a break from fast food because I was eating. Well, I eat too much fast food in general. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely been a good thing as well. I will say though, on the note of like that, I guess it's true that it's been good. Like you're able to just go get food whenever you want. The way that work from home works is kind of annoying. More or less, what I've been trying to do is just take like smaller breaks throughout the day instead of doing like a dedicated lunch, because you really don't feel like you're able to take lunch, or like be away from your desk, because there's a lot of people that like if you don't answer your phone or you don't answer an email within like 15 minutes or whatever, they'll basically just say like, oh man, work from home, like they don't do anything or whatever. So if I like, yeah, more or less I eat my lunch within like 15 minutes, get back to my desk, and then if I want to use the remainder of my lunchtime throughout the day, I do that. But you have to be careful, I guess, with work from home is one
I
of the
feel like that's
smaller
the
things.
challenging thing. Because a lot, like, I feel like for myself personally, if I were to work from home, like, I don't even have a job where I could, but if in the future I even wanted to pursue that, I don't think I could work and then also relax in the same house. Like,
Really?
I feel like like, in my bedroom, I don't ever do work in here because I know that, like, if I do work in here, I won't be able to, like, relax. Like, I'm that kind of person who can't do that in the same room. So I feel like if I were to work from home, I wouldn't be able to detach myself from work once the work day was over.
Yeah, I'm like
I feel like it'd be
I think my
challenging.
dad's kind of like that to some extent as well, where it's like, okay, well, the workday's done, and then he'll eat dinner, and then he'll go back up and he'll do a little bit more work, and then
Yeah.
um, So I try and like, at the very least, I take my lunch throughout the day or whatever, and so I break up the work in that way. But 4:30 hits, I'm done. 8:30 is when I start, and 4:30 is when I'm done. Except for extenuating circumstances, which obviously they come up. Stuff happens. So, and I'm less
Yeah.
inclined to be mad about that or like say cry foul on, oh, I have to work an extra 15 minutes when I'm working from home, because it's like
Yeah, I
it's
don't travel or anything.
significantly less of a big deal when I'm working from home than when I'm working from work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, okay, I have never really worked from home because I've been a student for the last 4 years, but I did just commute to school. So I would often, like, I would only have to go to school like 3 days a week or something, maybe four.
Yeah.
And then I would do all my work literally at my desk, like in my room. And even though sometimes it's a bit annoying, um, I did find that, like,
Oh, you're gonna say that working like doing studying and stuff at school is sometimes like better?
no, studying at school is the
Oh,
worst. Like, I would never study at school. Like, like the library, just like I feel like it's like too noisy and a waste of time. But like, I would say like sometimes at home, it's a bit annoying because, yeah, all of your work is here, and if someone like sends you a message in one of the group chats for a project or something, like, hey man, can you just resend me like this part of the project I didn't get it or whatever, then you're like, I'm home, I guess I can,
Yeah.
yeah.
right? Like you go up and then they're asking you a question about it, but at the same time, you're like, I would rather do it in my house than be like somewhere else doing
Yeah,
this.
that's
Like,
kind of where I'm at as well. It's like, it's if it's 15 extra minutes here, it's actually 15 extra minutes and that's it. Whereas if it's 15 extra minutes at
yeah,
work, it's 15 extra minutes and then getting home takes longer. And sometimes, 15 extra minutes is 15 extra minutes, but also it was 15 minutes after I was supposed to be done anyways, and the person just made me wait or whatever. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like if I stop working at 4:30 and then someone calls me at like 4:45, here it's like, okay, well, no big deal. You know what? My computer's still on. I'm just going to answer your question and be done with it. When I'm at work, it's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to turn my car around, come back? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, just like strange.
Yeah. So I'm a big proponent of the work from home thing. I don't think that when this is all done, I'm gonna get to do work from home much, but who knows? I mean, maybe the organization's gonna have like a radical shift in how they do things. It seems
Yeah.
like where I'm at right now, people are fairly split in terms of like liking it or hating it. There's really not a lot of middle
What are
ground there. There's some people that are like
what are the
talking like, "Oh, it's the best thing ever," and I'm kind of in that group. And then there's other people that are like, "I just can't wait to get back to the office," and I'm like, "How? Why?"
Yeah.
But personal preference, I guess. What were you gonna say, Graham?
what are the reasons that they are giving for not liking work from home? Like some of these people.
I know that some people don't have like actual spaces set up that are like dedicated for, like an office space or whatever at home, which that's
That just
fair.
seems like, I guess it is fair, but you're like, okay, that's not really like a real complaint because an office space could be created and set up.
Yeah, I
You could
mean,
just
we're
bring your
7 weeks
computer to your
in
couch.
now. You should be able
Like if
to.
someone, yeah, like if someone were to, like right now, it's obviously like not worse, but like kids are not going to school, right, or daycare or whatever,
Yeah.
like they normally would because schools are canceled and daycares, whatever. But I feel like that's not really like a valid reason to not like. Well, I don't like work from home because I don't have a desk
Yeah.
or like a proper working area. You're like, well, if your job was work from home, like also who doesn't have like a desk with a computer on it in their house?
Yeah.
Or like an
Yeah.
office space somewhere, even just to do like taxes and paperwork and whatever. Like I think every house has one, literally.
A
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah. So to that extent, I mean, that's kind of like, it feels like a lazy excuse. I think a lot of people,
Yeah,
truthfully, are missing the social interaction part of it, which,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I guess, I don't know. Like, I don't really, and it could be, to some extent, it's because of the way that my job functions. A lot of the time, the social interaction part is people walking into our office and saying, I need help with this thing right now, when I'm trying to work on something that's actually important also. And so like it just ends up being like this weird like, okay, well, you need help and you need help and you need help, and everything gets all like
I lost
Yeah.
an email. Where did it go?
yeah.
Find it.
I
Ugh.
don't know.
And then
Why don't you look
when I'm working from home, it's like, okay, well, people can't barge into my office. You know, like worst case scenario, if I'm working on something really important and someone tries to call me, I cannot pick up, and I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to pick up, but then at least I can like, you know, keep it fairly organized.
Honestly, if I really think about it, like, I worked with my dad for like a year, just doing construction, and obviously construction cannot be a work from home kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like a lot of time is like wasted talking on a job
Yes,
site.
and that's like if there's
Yeah.
anything that's going to convince employers, I think that might be the one thing that you could realistically stand on from like the perspective of work from home trumps the other thing. Because honestly, like even at my workplace, like first of all, in the actual office that I sit in, a lot of the time it'll like just because it's convenient, you turn around, you talk to the person about something, and then it ends up being like a 10-minute conversation, whereas it could have just been like, hey, I need this answer, and then we're done. But then, you know, you go
Yeah.
down to get coffee, you see someone along the way, oh, hey, how's
Yeah.
it going? You have to do the whole, like, whatever. And it ends up
Yeah.
also being like another 15 minutes wasted, whereas, like, that just doesn't happen at all to me when I'm working from home. Like, legitimately, you don't waste any time with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, not like that's bad, but a lot of time is wasted, or not, I don't know, wasted or whatever, but it's like is like used or mixed, like I don't know, but like all those random
Mhm.
things of like, oh, I'm just gonna walk, to the water fountain. I'm gonna sneeze.
Really, you say that at work?
Ew.
I will say, yeah, like
Yeah.
in
I'm gonna
Right,
sneeze.
I'm
in the
back.
vein of what
I
you're
muted
saying,
myself.
Graham, is like I feel like a work from home day, like let's say that you're doing 7-hour days like I am. I feel like a work from home day is closer to like 6 hours 45 minutes, whereas a work from work day can potentially be like, 6 hours. Like you might lose
Well,
out
it
on
could
that extra
no, like, it could
45.
like my dad, like okay, he's a hard worker. Like I'm not saying he's not a hard worker, but like when I was younger, and my dad would get home from work, like they usually do like 10-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like sometimes during construction, like they don't work during the winter time, like for like a month or two. So they do 10-hour days. They work from like 7 to like 5 or 7 to like 6 sometimes. It kind of depends. And he's not union either, so they kind of determine their own hours. But I would assume that like work would be like a lot of work. But then when I went to work with him, like a lot of times, you're talking to the concrete drivers and you're talking to the dump truck drivers, and you're kind of like, there's coffee break in the morning, there's lunch, and there's coffee break in the afternoon. And like me on the job site, I would have to go get coffees in the morning because I was, like the new guy, I guess. So like literally, like I would like an hour of my day would literally just be getting coffees.
Yeah.
Right? Just going to pick up coffees, walking back, having coffee time, and then like
having your good old tea time chats.
Well, yeah, and then or waiting for concrete to arrive and all that kind of stuff. So like that can't really be avoided in construction, but like when other people are like, and the same thing happens if I were to study with like guys at school. Like they'd be like, "You want to go to the library and study?" I'd be like,
No.
And I'm just probably gonna go home, like, because literally, like, if I need to get an hour of studying done, now that's not usually how I study. I'll be like, okay, I can study this in an hour. But let's say I had an hour of studying to do. If I was studying in the library at school with other people, it'd take me like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I think for me,
just because everyone's there, you're more like you're distracted easier. Like when I'm at home, I can focus on do what I need to do, and I can finish and be done.
I think, like, honestly, the only reason that the library was so, like, oh, okay, well, it's a good thing for me was because I didn't go with other people. Like, when I was going to the library at school, a lot of the time it was like,
oh, yeah, well,
I'm just not going to class because I'm not really, like, I don't care or whatever. I'm not getting anything out of that class in person. But instead, I would go to the library, I'd, like, go through the slides. Okay, it seems like I know this stuff anyways. And then I would do homework and assignments and stuff because I felt like
oh, yeah.
less chance of me getting distracted at in the library than at home where I have access to like my computer and all the rest of the stuff that I could easily slack on. But when you're being paid for your job, you don't do the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna, play video games on my computer for 8 hours and pretend like I was working. Like, maybe some people would, but I don't do that. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, no, but like I would obviously go to the library, never with people, unless absolutely necessary to work on like a group project or something. But like, if I had like an 8 a.m. class or something, yeah.
The worst.
And I had like a 2 p.m. class after, I would have like 3 hours or whatever. Or, and this is going to make me mad, when you have an 8 a.m. class, an 8 a.m. class, and they finish at like 9:45. You're like, what the heck? And then you have your class at 2 p.m. that same day, and you're like,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's what I like. As you get further and further into university, you get more and more of those like worst case scenario kind of schedules.
Well, because worst case, and also like my last year of like school, like so many of the classes would be like not so much like technical, and not even so much, they'd be more like concept based. They'd be like, okay, like this is what we're talking, like, doing this week, and you guys all have your big projects to work on, so let's just I think class will be shorter today. I'm like, man, why did I even come into class? Why are you telling me to be here? And then I would leave or not come.
I pay you for this?
Man, one of my classes, like, here's what I hate in university, is one of my guys, and I'm not in university, one of my professors was like, okay, so 15% of your mark is going to be attendance based. And it's like,
yeah,
listen,
the worst.
15%. Like, to some extent, granted, like, yeah, okay, make me do exams and all that kind of stuff, but like, if I don't find you to be a good teacher, and the only way that you can make me come to class is by doing this, do you not think that maybe that just reflects poorly on yourself?
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with paying and not getting the classes. But what I'm not fine with is paying and then you forcing me to go to the classes when I don't think that
I have a real problem with stuff like this. So I had it ended up being an elective, like a liberal arts elective. It was called U.S. Foreign Policy. Okay. And the professor wanted it to be like a discussion-based class. So he had 10% of your mark be like, technically they weren't able to mark you for attendance because, I don't know, for some reason in university you're not allowed to do that. But they're like, oh, but I am allowed to like mark you for like participation in class discussion.
That's what it was.
So that's basically attendance, right? Because if you're not there, you can't participate in class discussion. That's how they get around it. And he also said, I don't want you using laptops. You have to use handwritten notes.
Why?
He was like, one, like the exams were not online, but you had like a week to complete them because they were essays. So you didn't really have to like memorize notes. So you didn't need to like have your laptop open. But I wanted to because I was going to watch YouTube videos or something.
Amen.
And I was like, man, are you allowed to just make and the students, like some of the guys, like I was like, whatever, I'll just sit and look at my paper for whatever.
And then he knocked himself out.
Yeah.
Poof, see ya.
Bat to head.
I was like, I wanted to go to one of the dean of his department or something and be like, can you just demand that students not use like laptops in class? Because for sure, like I knew some of my friends who had been to every class.
Yeah.
And, like they participated enough in class discussion and he gave them like 5 out of 10. Right. And I was like, man, I'm sure that's because like, they would have their laptop out or whatever. They wouldn't be like, I'm not going to use my paper. And I was like, man, he's not going to say, and even me, I used paper and he gave me like 9 out of 10. And I emailed him and I was like, how did I not get like, or 8 out of 10 or something ridiculous? I think it was 8 out of 10. I was like, how do I not get all of the attendance marks? And he's like, well, you see like in the, whatever it is, like the outline or the rubric that I handed out for this class, a 10 out of 10 in attendance would have been exceptional like class discussion and like involved.
It means that not only did you go to class and involve yourself in the discussion, but you also sucked up to me the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I use like a pen and paper, and I got like a decent mark in the class. Oh, but I finessed this teacher so hard. So, he was like, I'm gonna give you. I don't even understand why he did this. He's like, I'm gonna give you like basic topics. So you can start making notes and do the proper readings for these exams, like these essays. But when it comes time to write them, I'm going to open up the exam for like 3 hours. And then you can read the question, and it's going to be similar to one of the topics that I've given you. And then you will write it in the 3-hour window. So the first time I like got all my notes ready, and then I wrote it in the 3 hours, and I was like, oh, that kind of sucked. Like I wasn't a big fan of that one. The second time, I was like, man, last time when he said like the topics, the topics were like almost identical to the questions. So I wrote the essay
Before,
like earlier,
it even started
before, and then when I think it was my last, like I did it on the Friday of the semester, like the last day of exam week, because that's when it was open, and so I literally just like opened it up, copy and pasted it into the window, and then just like left my house and let it auto submit when the time ran out. But best case.
They never saw it coming.
Take that, Michael Dartnell.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm signing off quickly in between this because I have to work tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
Actually, in all honesty, we're at just over an hour now, so we should probably cut it off. So if we want to close off, Megan, do you have any closing statements?
Closing arguments?
My closing argument is Simon wrote, I hunt deer.
Good answer.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Is Simon a hunter?
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully he watches this at some point.
He better watch this all the way to the
Simon,
end.
we respect you.
Thank you for your service on route renovation.
Amen.
Thank you for your service. I will say happy Rona season to all, and to all a happy Rona season. And get that disinfectant in your lungs.
Yes. Boom. Drink a bottle of Purell on us.
You need it. Yeah.
Take one for the road.
Do you have anything to add?
You're a league game or what?
No.
Lost.
Yeah, I'm just playing League. I started a Smurf account because I got banned for half an hour and I wasn't down to wait.
It's not a Smurf account if you're in the lowest competitive one.
It's probably
level 1 right now. And also I just died.
It's only a Smurf account if you have like a Grandmaster account and you're playing in the lowest level, like the lowest.
I started a Smurf account with my real name, Ange did.
Good on ya.
Good answer. Thanks for chiming in there, dude. You really carried the podcast this week, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone.
That would be like me creating a Smurf account in Overwatch. Yeah. I'm already in bronze, but I'm Smurfing in bronze.
I really just don't want to lose yellow on my main account.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to see what I can do with the audio for this. I think I'm just going to extract it and post it on Anchor. So expect it sometime between tomorrow and Monday, hopefully.
Woohoo!
If you watched live, thank you. If you didn't, it'll be posted here anyways. And I need to figure out how I'm stopping this. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.